Boop, 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 boop. Welcome, people. Sorry I started a bit late today. Yeah, it's just been a really warm day. I was actually considering not to stream tonight because it's just how hot it is, and I've got a damp towel around my neck. As you can see, it looks a bit silly, but damp towel around your neck can help a lot in terms of keeping you cool. It's keeping me cool right now, but it's still pretty warm. So, yeah, man. Yeah, this weekend that went was also really hot as well. It's just wow, I've never, yeah, the heat is insane, intense, but I kind of paid the price of not getting myself an air conditioning unit. So I was meaning to get one this year, and I forgot, so I don't have one. So relying on fan blowings to keep me cool. Got one here blowing on me right now. You can probably hear it on the mic, maybe just a bit. Yeah, it's just so much heat. So I'm going to quickly make a post that I'm streaming, and then tonight I'm just going to do some Pokemon drawings. I think just to relax in paint rather than want to commission stuff. So have a bit more fun doing these things, and then yeah, just end it like that. Really, just have some fun. Yeah, let me just quickly post this picture. Where is... There we go. Nearly just lost train of thought there. I was like, oh, I wanted to post I'm streaming. There we go. Shorts. There we go. So yeah, I'm thinking what sort of Pokemon to work on tonight. Maybe do like a draft of it. So I'm not sure what species. Maybe could do what's it called? Bulbasaur. Bulbasaurs are pretty cool. Oh, the volume's a bit louder. Coffee shop music. There we go. Dip down. There we go. That's better. That is better. Oh, yeah. Wondering what sort of creature to do. Let me also move the chat playlist of my YouTube onto Docs here, which is a nice little tool here for. Oh, why is it disabled? So that should be disabled. What? Let's try that again. It's saying it's disabled, so I can't copy it across. Why can't you copy it across? There we go. There we go. Done. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, so what's our Pokemon to do tonight? That's the question. That is the interesting question of what one to do. Let's see. Oh. I just need to get a new mouse. My right mouse button on this mouse is dying. I think it's a clear sign I should probably invest in a new mouse as well. Okay, load. Right, yeah. Did some Pokemon. Did some Pikachu Pokemon. Cario, Typhlosion, Umbreon, the Haunter, Flareon, Vaporeon, Eevee. So we need to like make something else. Make another critter. Let's see what I can find. Let's see what we can do. Oh, actually, before I do that, whilst I'm thinking about this, I will post my link in other little channels that I'm in, and get going with that. Let me see. Where is the... Oh, got hiccups there. Yeah. And oh, that's everything. Oh, Twitter. Forgot about Twitter. Let's bang up Twitter. Twitter's always the last one I always forget to post to, because it's always a case of like, oh yeah, Twitter, the last place to posty post on, so I'm doing it now. Let me just do that. There we go. So I'm not going to put what kind of thing I'm drawing on there because I haven't decided yet, but need to decide soon. I'm gearing more towards Bulbasaur, but you know, it might change again. I'm still thinking. The only reason I'm choosing Bulbasaur because it's one of the classics. Oh, there's Charmander or Charizard. Is it Charizard? Charmander? Charmander might be another nice fire-based one. Maybe a Charmander might do. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah. Retweet that as well. It's the channel. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. There we go. All done. Made the posts. Oh, good. Yeah. So, let me sit back of my chair a bit. Yeah. So, what kind of Pokemon to make this time round? Let's close all this down. Delete. Oh, we've got the evil, funky little fellow as well. This one, we could probably bring him to life, right? Yeah, he looks a bit of a nippy little fellow. Nippy little fellow. I think we should bring him to life because he looks like a little, rather pleasant little fellow. I forgot I rendered him out, so it might be good to. Oh, there we go. Might be good to bring him to life. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that on this session. Let's try and block this one in and then bring him to life. The commission one, I still need to come up with the costings of that with the client. So I really want to have some time to think about that, and then once that's all approved and all done, once the deposit is made, then I can probably start on that. So that'd be nice to potentially work on that next, right? So that'd be pretty nice. Switch to that. There you go. Let's nice to make it into a spotlight kind of flare here. All right. Yeah, like a top-down sort of shot might work, right? I think that'll look nice. So, oh, let's get the base colors in. Yeah, I didn't really get far with this. I should refine this, but I think we've got enough to work with here. But I think the cheeks are definitely rather silly and just enough the yeah. I was actually looking up air conditioning units at lunchtime, and the prices are just ridiculous right now because summertime is probably the worst time to buy fans or something to cool you down because it's in demand. And when items are in demand, prices hike up. So yeah, I'm not too keen about that. It's, Where's the ref? Here we go. Looks like a little hunched up little fellow, but I might maybe just... There we go. So I'm going to tweak this a tad bit. There we go. So I'm going to try and give him a haunched body look. You see, I think I've got that. So, yeah. Refreshing. Cool. So one of the things I wanted to also try and fix, because the face looks rounded, maybe it's a bit more... Let's give him the cheeks he needs. So that's better. So it's much better. Give him upper jaw, teeth. Looks much nicer. Podgy little fellow. Some same layer, so be careful. So turn on the layer mask, transparency mask in here, so I can have a bit of control of how far the shapes I can overlap, so it doesn't overlap the edges. I'm going to cut this out, keep this on a separate layer, the tail. Focus on the body. So I'm trying to break away aspects there. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do here is do like a spotlight kind of look to it. So this upper part would be almost white, see, and then potentially goes down to the nice brown on this as well, you know. It's adorable still. It's not evil, even though it looks. Yeah. I forgot that I had a Picato on. Sorry, we'll just do that. There we go. So close that. Oh, there we go. I think it might be good to make this as a blue hue sort of layout. So let's merge this down. Maybe. Colorize. There you go. Yeah. That could be nice. Yeah. Excuse me. Those red cheeks, the bubble things here. Add a bit of a reflection there, so it's not completely shadowed out. Spikes are warmer here. Yeah. So swig of the old water bottle. Oh, very good. Oh. There we go. Keep losing the windows when I paint like this. Always keep an eye on it. Just trying to keep that flow of lighting there. Hey Zebra, how's it going? I'm well, thank you. It's bloody blooming warm. It's blooming warm. I was actually having doubts of streaming tonight because it's that hot. But yeah, I'm well, thanks. I was playing some more of the. I was playing 7 Days to Die. Been playing with some people on a server we got on my server, on my Discord server. We've been playing it quite a bit. I don't know if you've ever played 7 Days to Die. It's pretty fun, pretty addictive little game. You get to build stuff, you get to take on zombies and stuff and all that stuff. Record and discuss, as Makar was. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. I've been playing that with some people. I've been playing a mod called Darkness Falls, which is like it's like a complete overhaul to the game. Pretty fun. It plays like Skyrim, so I've been having fun with that as a time killer. But I've been trying to be fair with it. I don't want it to be taken over completely. So I'm not doing getting any art done. So I'm trying to like play in nuggets, sort of nuggets. Soaring pie. Oh, cheers for the follow there. Cheers for the follow. Whoop. Potato's on its way to you. A potato is on its way to you. Yeah. So I'm just saying just a few minutes ago, like this stream. I was gonna work on some commissions, but I'm gonna wait until I find out tomorrow what's going on. So well, I'm gonna find out from the client, you know, and when I get the price and stuff sorted before I commit to it. So it's all up in the air right now, but that's fine. So it gives me time to do some fun stuff. And obviously the hot weather's not really helping either. And yeah, I think definitely end of the year I'm definitely going to buy myself an air conditioned unit. It's I got a feeling next year is going to get worse. If right now it's 38, you know, it's reaching 38 degrees. Next year, you know, we're gonna get cooked. We're gonna get cooked. Get sizzled. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And yeah, my room right now is not the best place to be. Like, it's just cooking right now, excessively cooking in heat. Offshore, very much considering it. Thankfully, we have quite a few first fans kicking about. Yeah. See, I've got two fans blown around air, but like that's just warm air, right? I think having an because the air conditioning unit blows the hot air out, and it generates cold air, right? And clean, dust-free, you know, dehumidified air. So that's something to think about, right? You know, got a tower fan in the bed. There's two large fans around the PC. Oh, okay. And yeah, I've got the window open, but I've got the curtains down because I don't want the insects coming in. Because when you get insects, I don't want to get hit by any bugs. I mean, couple of nights ago, I had like a moth flying around, and they're really annoying. They're harmless, I know. I don't mind moths, but it was flying around, it was bugging me. You know, it's like. So I had to like escort that bug out of the house temporarily. You know, just like say sorry, you cannot stay here. Gotta go, you gotta leave. Oh, midges, yeah. Don't get me started on those. Like, you wake up with bumps on your arms and legs and stuff, and it's itchy and just, yeah, not nice. Just a lot of more annoyances that happen, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I guess you can get repellents to block away from it. But that then you end up stinking of repellent, right? You don't want to be stinking of repellent. It's another horrid. Last week, I was considering just change of subject. Last week, I was considering buying that Ghost Hunters game. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Ghost Hunt. No. It's called Ghost Hunting Corp. That's what it's called. It's a relatively new game. But the reviews are not so good. Well, they're mixed reviews. So. Yeah, it's still new, so like there's no lobby. You can't join. You can only play games with friends, which is fine. But like, yeah, it's still early days, so I'm holding back until they make something more of it. I guess wait for developers to sort something out. Excuse me, sneeze there. Yeah. Was the case of new games. You know, when a new game comes out, as keen as people are to buying them and playing them, if it's early access, chances are it's unfinished. So does Pikachu have a little? It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, cool. There we go. Cool. It's going to do some eyes over his yeah. Yeah, we were looking for a second extension, but that's only got game mode. And yeah. Mm. I think I've reached like this plateau of like what games to even play. That's why I mean I would love to play more of Prey on my own, but I want to try and complete Prey on stream first. I don't think I'm nowhere near finishing it yet. I'm still kind of going through the side quests and all that. You know, the usual, all that plop. So it's yeah, still going through that game. But it's getting a bit easier now because all those enemies are not much of a problem now. I can just take them on, give them a good beating, and make it look easy. Oh, there we go. Bless him. Looks a bit happy now. Happy little monster. A gritty looking Pikachu. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of these things here. So now the lines is what's giving the impression. That's it. Makes it look a bit. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I don't know if you've been watching what's it called the London Fair, because the London Fair stuff. We had some really nice guests on our online meet. We got some old school artists I invited on, and myself and another staff person, we interviewed them, which was a pretty interesting session. Got me thinking more about doing like podcasty stuff, like interviewing folks, interviewing artists, interviewing creatives, or bringing them onto the stream for a little banter, a little chat. It's nice to do those sort of little what's going on there? Oh, I know why. Is that why? Yeah. A little chin wag. I think it's a nice incentive to knowledge share as well for folks that want to get into arting or other form of creative skills. I was very keen on getting some people in who know more about 3D stuff, and then obviously talk to them about 3D, how they got into 3D, things they learned, maybe share some of their work. Yeah. I've not really thought that far out yet in terms of how I want to take it, but I know a lot of people do podcasts, and it's a lot of work, and 1 hour of conversation time goes quickly. That's what I've noticed for one. But it's a case of finding people that are capable of talking for long periods that can fill in those gaps. You don't want folks that are talented, but they only give one-word answers. You can imagine like a 30-minute podcast where someone only just gives you one-word answers, like okay or yes. So, I heard you're into arting. Yeah, tell us more about it. Yes. Yeah. So you want someone that's you can talk a bit more about their skills. Yeah. Yes, exactly. This is why when I look for for the community, I sometimes call upon people I know in the fandom, and so most recently on the London Fairs podcast, yeah, I reached out to some people, or an artist I know, and she knows artists in the fandom which are damn good. And I think one of them was the guest of one. Yeah, one of them was the guest of honor for Confuzzled, which was Dark Natasha, and so a couple of artists, including Dark Natasha, were called onto the podcast, which was great because they could all bounce, because they all knew each other. it made the podcast even easier because you can talk about something, they can bounce off each other, a conversation. So it's great. It was a great conversation. Even though it was for an hour, I mean, we could have gone for another hour if we weren't that crazy. But I think 1 hour's worth of conversation is more than enough. Otherwise, people get bored. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, definitely definitely a good session, and it got me thinking about these things. I mean, I always want to do like a podcast slash a short 30-minute or 40-minute session where I just talk to someone randomly. Maybe it doesn't have to be someone talented. It can be someone from the fandom, someone that is passionate about something. They can sit there and talk about it for 30 minutes. That'd be really nice as well, because it encourages engagement, and it also shares an interpretation of their perspective on what they like, and my mic away from there, and yeah, how the fandom affects them. I mean, at the same time, I said fandom there. I would not want to make it purely for the fandom. That's the thing, because the fairy fandom is huge. Yeah, it's big, but it's not as big. I mean, there are many fandoms out there, so it'd be nice to investigate and see what other fandoms exist out there, and see how they do things, and I can learn from them, share my interest on the fandom, and then share, and they can learn about their what makes them enjoy the fandom they're in. Like, for example, the like Pony, the MLP fandom. There's a lot of MLP. There's still remnants of a lot of MLP fans out there, right? So it's an interesting area which has not been discovered. And obviously, you have the pups. Obviously, it's now become a norm now, isn't it? These people wearing pup masks all over the place. Before, it used to be very fetishy, and now it's like everyone's wearing them. Everyone's into these pup things, right? But yeah, just got me thinking about these things, like to investigate these interesting people that are part of these interests that beyond mine, but to hear their interpretation of what it is that makes them like that fandom, or along with their interest. So it should not just be about what fandom they're in. It should be their skilled interest, whether it be drawing, 3D, traditional, animation, fursuiting. If it's fursuiting, it's costume, cosplaying. So it's a very diverse thing. But yeah, pretty much expressing my thoughts out here. There's nothing's finalized. It's just displaying out my ideas. But yeah, let's hide that foot part here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. Close this in and then up and over. There you go. Just looking at the line here, so that shoulder part should be connected. So, oh. There you go. some clicking sounds that's coming from the fan. Oh, I don't think the mic's picking it up, but there's some clicking sounds that's coming from the fan under my table. It's like I've got a table fan moving left and right, which is probably tapping against something. Getting constant airflow, as they say. Yeah, so I forgot to mention, yeah, this is a relatively short stream, so I'm going to aim for 2 hours, if no, 2 hours ish, because it's just due to the heat. But definitely we'll be loitering back on Discord. But yeah, I was not expecting it to be this warm. That's the problem, eh? Excessive heat. It's not good. Could be fireworks, I think. At least I think it's fireworks. It's bizarre. Why would someone plop out fireworks? So I'm gonna add some grey to this just to push this back. There we go. Yeah. Adorable. This little fellow looks adorable. He's not, even though he looks monstrous, he's all good. I'm quite excited for this podcast. There's so many different kinds of artists that you can interview and just be, yeah. It's just a thought I had a while. This was back before He's a charming Dynora, yeah. This is the eyes, big eyes. Yeah, it was this idea I had this was like a year and a half ago, and it wasn't going to be a podcast. It was going to be a movie commentary session of movies. So watching like classic horror. That was the idea. So it'll be difficult for me to stream the film, but we will be playing the film off-site. Obviously, we're watching it on our side, and we're talking about it. But and how to make that work would be you'd have to watch the film yourself, and then what you can do is I'll probably do like a clap when the title appears, so that way it's synced up to what you're watching, so that way you could watch it like that. Another way, yeah, it's tricky to how to make this work, how that would be possible, because obviously those sort of things, not a lot of people, you can't really do that. I mean on Twitch you can do it now with there's something called couch mode or something, not couch mode, team mode or something. There is a mode you can do that, but you have to you need to own Prime, I think, Twitch, Amazon Prime, I think, to do it. So basically what happens is your Twitch channel becomes like a video cinema thing, and you can then stream the films that you can stream the film and talk next to it, Google Cam. Yeah, but it's just a thought at a time, but same ways to do it. Because I know what's it called? Halloween time I did a stream. I did a stream on Picarto. In fact, Picarto, I could do it on Picarto, because Picarto doesn't really give a damn about what you stream, but I did stream on there only. I didn't do it on Twitch. I did a stream of Night of the Living Dead, even though that was public domain. I didn't want to risk it. I did a commentary stream, so I watched the entire film. Had the webcam up, like this big the screen playing in the movie playing on the big screen, and I'm talking over it, talking about some of the history of the film, some of the processes they used, some of the interesting dynamic lighting and camera positioning, and how the film came to be. It's just like some little bit of history about the film as well. Really cool. The sad thing is I didn't save it. I didn't save the recording. I just let it play on. It did save it. It did save it on Picarto. but I obviously got overwritten as time went on. And I should have saved it, but I didn't. So, but I might do it again this Halloween again. I might just do like a Halloween stream and just bang out some movies on there. Yeah, because like I do like horror films, and I'm always happy to. I feel good to share films that I think are great, and to talk about films, talk about those specific films as well on the stream. Because I was talking to a tattooist, I forgot her name, Lisa Affection, Lisa Addiction. So Lisa Addiction, that's it, Lisa Addiction. I keep forgetting the channel name. She's into horror, and I was talking to her on Twitch, telling her like, some of the stuff we can talk. If we were to do like a movie night, we can talk for hours about specific films and stuff. And I was talking to the person I did the interview with Dark Natasha and Co. On Saturday. That person does movie podcasts, and I was talking to him about horror films that have had accidents, serious accidents. Like obviously, if you know already, like Poltergeist is one notable one where the girl who plays Carol Ann, she died at a young age, and there's one of the teenage girls in that film as well. Her boyfriend murdered her. Like, it's really some bad luck stuff going on in that film. Some people say the film was cursed, but the whole Poltergeist thing. But it's just, it is what it is, right? But there's a host of other films which suffered the same thing. It'd be nice to talk about those sort of stuff in the conversation with some movie buffs, because we can learn so much. I think it might be interesting. I like talking about little weird things like that, weird stories. Oh, I'm painting on the wrong layer as well. That's smart. Let's erase that again. Let's erase that too. So I'm painting on the wrong layer there, I see. There we go. Let's try again. Let's put some red on here because it's going through the ears a bit. Yeah. So yeah. So I think more people will be interested with movie stuff than maybe art, because art stuff's great. You can talk about art for ages, but you have to be interested in art to enjoy those kind of talks. Otherwise, what would happen? I think I had this thought in my mind: is that some people may not find it interesting because every artist will probably have the same kind of way of learning, or same kind of way of doing something. So the videos or podcasts might become a bit repetitive as well. So that's another avenue I thought about, and said to myself, I don't think this may work in terms of where it's going to lead. So you have to be really careful with these things. So that's why part of me thought, I can. If I'd go down the movie route, at least movies you can talk about. Probably have a little chinwag banter about it. There you go. Might have to extend his body a bit because he looks a bit podgy. Podulate. Yeah. Maybe it's like a bulge that comes out, right? It's a bit better. Yeah. I was thinking what sort of film to do first, and I think Night of the Living Dead will be a great way to start things off. But then go for all the Hammer movies, because the Hammer movies are pretty damn good. Oh, I think the coffee's got a bit warm. I think. Yeah. Let's not drink that coffee again. Yeah, it's gone bitter as well. When coffee goes bitter, that means it's like yeah, not good. Oh, yeah. More water. Oh, wash that down. Oh, that was very bitterly taste. Let me just check the chat a second. Bear with me, guys. Just letting someone know that I'm streaming. There we go. On Twitch, just letting them know. Say, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch. Probably come and see, check me out. Tea becomes the strongest of drinks when left. Yes, you're right. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I left I left my green tea. This was like a few. Not. It wasn't on stream. It was actually on a Friday, I think, because I didn't have any coffee in the house. Well, I did have coffee, but it's instant, and I was like, I'm not gonna drink any instant. So, I had green tea, and I left the green tea in the mug for like an hour because I was busy playing something. I think I was either. What was I doing? I was arting. That was it. I was doing some sketches and stuff, and I'd forgotten about the tea. Obviously, tea became lukewarm. That's fine. I drank it, and it was it's very green. It's very bitter taste, because green tea is has like, for me it tastes bitter, but it wasn't just it was just normal green tea. It wasn't any jasmine or anything in it, so it wasn't really floral taste. I was like, whoa, damn! I was like, it's pretty strong, isn't it? Like, oof, bitter but strong. But it's nice. I'm starting to enjoy green tea now and then, but I wouldn't drink it often. I drink it a lot at when I go into restaurants, Chinese restaurants. It's good. It's a good palate cleanser, right? Cleanses the palate. So it's a nice little. It's good for the gut as well. You know, that's probably why they drink it a lot. That tea, good tea. Okay, I think the feet. Just want to do some really cheeky little abstract bumps here, like strokes. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So before I started stream, I was also thinking about what Pokemon to paint next, what to make. Sorry, still don't know. I mean, Bulbasaur was the idea. Excuse me. We want to see. Bulbasaur was the idea, but wasn't too sure. Bulbasaur, but seems interesting. I do like. It's one of the core classics, isn't it? The other choice was a Charmander. I think Charmander, the first one. They look adorable, don't they? Charmander. So there is that. Let's merge this down. There we go. I want to flatten it there. There you go. Solved. Just gonna bump up the brightness on that. There we go. Just gonna knock some black into that just to adds a bit of a darkness value to that. Yeah. Also noticed Confuzzled are also looking for a staff person, a creative individual. It's interesting to see what who they find who takes that role. Also noticed that the theme for next year is the same as this year, or the theme that they were. Yeah, it's. I'm surprised that they're doing the same theme again. I think they ought to just get rid of the theme for now until it's back to normal. I think it's a bit of a weird one. Yeah. It's been wrong. Yeah, it's getting a bit silly now. Same theme again. Like, no thanks. Like, come on now. Just, I think it'd be better just either to make a new theme or just have no theme just to come back with, because I think just call it Medieval Fire, and yeah, a medieval theme would work. I'd be down with that. Anything but gaming, because we've done gaming, right? We've done and dusted with it. Yeah. There's no need for it to come back, right? Yes, yeah. That's the one where we got the mugs. I've still mine's there. The actual wrapping is still around it as well. The actual glass mug. The tankard. That's the word. Tankard. Glass tankard with the Confuzzled. I've got it still. I've not even used it for anything other than for holding pencils in, and that's it. Best thing I bought. Best purchase, because like I don't really buy stuff from Confuzzled. I never actually buy anything when I go to Confuzzled. I only go for dealing, and then splash my money on drinks and food, and that's it. I was pretty impressed. I was like, when I saw that, I said to myself, you know what, that tankard's pretty cool. I think I should probably get that because it looks cool. First thing in my mind was, I could probably drink like nice jugs or like orange cordial drinks and stuff, or make some nice cocktails and fill it up. So there was that thought, but it's a fantastic tankard for sure. I mean, you're using it. Good. Good. Oh yeah. I've not. Mine's been there since I bought it. It's like I'm keeping it in pristine condition. Pristine. I think if I look around, if I look at my room, I think I probably will find the first ever Confuzzled comic book. I think, because I've been to all of them. I've been to every single Confuzzled. Normally I don't chuck away the comic books. I just keep them and stuff. So I think if I look around, I probably will find ones from Eurofur, and it's like 12 and stuff like that. I don't know. And I think I've got RBW, the RBW stuff, which is like the UK, London Ferry Convention, which was popular for a while, but then it obviously ceased, and then it became like London Furs boat party only. But yeah, that had a comic book that came out as well, and. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I would do the same as well, Zebra. I'll do the same. I would never, like, even if I get stuff. If I was to get like a sponsor stuff, I probably wouldn't open any of the stuff. I'll just get it, I'll grab it, and then just take it home and just not open it. Keep it all in mint condition for Lord knows what. But I think down the line, I think what I should do is probably, get rid of it for charity. I guess charity auctions. That's the best time to give away, right? To give it back. as a good, yeah. Don't get the money for it, but there you go. That's better. What if you give him a hunchback? Big bump. There you go, like that. That's better. There you go. There we go. That's more like us, and it's more nicer. I was concerned about his arms being a bit too. Hide the. So yeah, I don't know if you can see this from. I've got this. My shirt's got damp here. This is a damp towel around my neck. The cold air breeze blowing on me, so it keeps the neck kept cool. Seems to do the trick. I think this is what it's pretty useful for fursuiters as well. I used to put the cold stuff around your neck. It's a good way to prevent yourself from overheating out. I think I don't know where I got this idea from. I think it was mentioned somewhere, and ever since I've kept this idea, and then it's just do the trick during the summertime. Keeps your neck cool, but I think all the heat spreads around your body, around your head. Excuse me, head and chest, so you don't burn out. Okay, slightly moving these things, clean up a bit. There we go. The eyes are going to be a tricky thing to clear out, but actually there is. That's there. Oh, yeah. The eyes will definitely need to keep working on those. There we go. Oh yeah. See, I was going to buy a vest because I don't own a vest. I was going to wear a vest, so I might look up for maybe like a vest of some sort, maybe like a Looney Tunes vest. That'd be pretty cool. Because I was watching, I watched I watched Space Jam 2, and it's not. I mean, it's not a good film. That's first things first. It's not a good film. It's just 2 hours of some basketball actor who can't act. Yeah, so. Yeah, wasn't impressed, and yeah. The only reason why I watched it was I wanted to see what Lola Bunny looked like, because obviously, you know, she was the reason why a lot of the. I think one of the reasons why I think the first one was good, and obviously their voice actor was really good, Cass Soyce, who done voice for many other shows, and like including Sonic's TAS series. She's also done a few other voice acting roles, Kath, and she's but yeah, she was made. Lola was her main role. I think she reprised that role in some of the other Looney Tunes films, straight to DVD and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a bit shocking to find out that obviously she got replaced by another one, not by someone else. But the voice actor's pretty cool. I mean, the voice actor is Zanyov, whatever her name is. Yeah, I don't know, but like I thought her voice was okay. I mean, it suited the role, but yeah, it wasn't Lola that we know. Yeah, I heard it was from Angry Joe. Yeah, I watched Angry Joe first before I watched the films. I kind of did that. So, and yeah, what Angry Joe says is pretty much he's spot on with some of the stuff. LeBron's can't really act. It felt like he was reading from a script. Like for half the time, it's like lifeless dialogue coming out of his mouth. I think Angry Joe also mentioned that there's not a lot of basketball play, and there wasn't. So think of it this way: 2 hours, right? It's a 2-hour film. The first hour is just the establishing of what the hell's going on, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, yeah. It's just yeah. And then the second half is the second half of the film is basically somewhat basketball and a mixture of just, it goes so quickly, and it's just it doesn't really come. The first movie is more about basketball, and but the other thing that what bugged me the most about this film is it's called Space Jam, but it's not in space. It's not held in space. It's not a space film. There is space, but it's inside this VR world, this computer world. They call it the Warnerverse, and that's what bugged me for the most of the film. I'm thinking like, why is it called this film? Why is it called Space Jam? And it's not in space, because like the first movie, it was called Space Jam because the aliens from outer space, they came and wanted to play basketball against Earth's best. In this case, Bugs Bunny had to get a team together, and at the time, excuse me, you had someone like Michael Jordan, obviously. But the thing is, Michael Jordan's story is also in the film is somewhat okay as well. It's not the best. It's Michael Jordan wanted to be a baseball player. Didn't make sense, but okay, fine. But like it comes together. Like the Bugs Bunny and all that convince him he should come back. He should play basketball. Fine. The other thing that bugged me the most is the Goon Squad, which is the opposing team. So in the first movie, they had aliens, right? The aliens stole the skills from existing players in the world. So once they stole their skill, those players couldn't play basketball anymore. So that became like its own little subplot. You know what I mean? So these have these characters. These are players. They don't have any skills, so they're wandering around, wondering what's wrong with them. So like they're all depressed and everything. Fine. Meanwhile, the aliens have absorbed their abilities, right? So now they got their abilities. Fine. In this film, the remake, or the remake, I keep on a remake, but it's not a remake. It's a sequel. In this one, the kid who's LeBron's kid. He's not. I don't think he really is his kid. It's an actor. He's been making a video game. So basically, this whole film is about LeBron's trying to connect with his son. Yeah, so his son's like doesn't want to be a basketball person. He wants to be more of a video game maker. He wants to make video games. So he was making a basketball video game, and obviously when they get pulled into the Warnerverse, this whole game is based on his son's game. It's basically his son's game. They're playing a bit it's basketball but not basketball. It's basketball with power ups and shit like that. So that's what happened, and So anyway, yeah. So the kid he was asked to make a team, right? So rather than stealing powers, he goes around with his mobile phone, goes to the real world, and captures on his phone basketball players playing like doing the moves and stuff, and like no phone can do that. No phone can capture things like that. It's made to look like he's got a phone that's like stupidly amazing, but anyway. He captures their what these players are doing, and then basically with some code or whatever, he splices them with animals. So one of them's a spider, the other one's like a snake, half woman, another one's like a bird. But the thing is, like, that's just I think the first one had a bit more weight to it, because they're actual players, their skills have been taken away. These are actual players. I think they're actual players. I'm not sure, but their powers are not stolen. they've been used, they've been analyzed and generating a new kind of avatar, which is just, yeah. I just don't know what to make of it. Yeah, I mean, I I only watched it because I wanted to see for myself. I wanted to see what this is all about. You know, I know. Angry Joe did say, he did specify, don't waste 2 hours. It's a waste of 2 hours. It's a waste of going to the cinema. It's a waste of money and time. The only reason I watched it, right? I watched it because I was working. So I thought, let me just have it playing in the background. So I had it playing in the background, and yeah, it was just, yeah, horrible. It's cringy. I can't explain it. It's just one of them sort of. It's like, it's basketball, but it's got nothing to do with basketball. It's to do with LeBron's and his son. His son. He's not, which is not his son, but yeah. I think a better motive would have been better. Yeah, it should have been a better motive, and it's a shame Michael Jordan's not in the film either. He's not in that. He had to think about it. Okay, no, we'll not talk about it. We'll not talk about Space Jam anymore. Nope. Space Jam. I tell you what. I'll change the subject to something better. Horror films. All right. So, a few nights ago, it was on a Saturday night. So on a Saturday night, I think around about, I think it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was still on Discord with other people, and I started watching. I streamed. I happily shared the video film, The Curse of Frankenstein, which stars Peter Cushing as Victor Frankenstein, a young Victor Frankenstein, and what's his face, Christopher Lee as the monster. Awesome film, and I was sharing it with some people who've never watched it. Gallon, who is a cool chap from Canada. He doesn't like horror films. He's terrified of horror films, and I encouraged him to watch with me this film. I said to him it's not scary. He did get queasy when Victor Frankenstein went to get some eyeballs. There's a scene where he's giving some person some money, bag of money, and in return he's getting a little satchel, damp red satchel, and then obviously Peter Cushing opens it up to tumble out some eyeballs into a cup of like brine or something. And so then, but it's not a gory film, but I think there are some scenes which may feel a bit, But I thought it was, I just wanted to show it to him. I was like, look, check this film out. It's really cool, and we watched it. So, yeah, I think he enjoyed it. I'm not sure, but he had to go have some of his dinner, but. Bear in mind, he was in Canada, so obviously it would have been around about 9 o'clock or probably 9 p.m. ish. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was great. Yeah, I want to do more of that. I want to do more cheeky horror films like that because it's good. Horror films are great, especially the classic ones, and this is why I want to share. I like to share more of the classic stuff. Food just arrived. Late food. Alright. Enjoy your food. Oh, Chinese. Oh yes. Chinese tonight. Yes. Indulge in the Japanese Chinese food. Yes. Crispy duck would be nice. Which reminds me, I was thinking about crispy duck on that Saturday evening. I was thinking like, I could do some crispy duck with some pancakes, because that's just like, not had that in many years. Wouldn't mind indulging in that again once more. It's very tasty. Yeah, totally. I may have to go and check my local supermarket if they've got any duck breasts. Yeah. So I think this draft is almost done, which I'm very pleased with. It looks decent. Just gonna hide that. Oh, there we go. And I hide this side too. Hind legs. Yeah, looks good. No worries. Take your time. enjoy the food. Don't wolf it down. Never wolf down good food like that, because it's easy to just go, oh, gone. It happens to everyone. You gotta enjoy that dish. Let's desaturate that a bit. Desaturate and darken it. There we go. Maybe a bit of warmth to that, just to. There we go. Yeah. Oh, wrong thing there. Oh, no. I'm gonna try and hide this hand. There we go. Yeah. Did I hand it? The hand. There's a couple of people on the Picasso there. So is idling, lurking. That's fine. Lurking is perfectly fine. Lurking is perfectly fine whatsoever. So. I'll try and add a bit of glow to that ridge. Oh, a bit too strong there. There we go. There we go. Close that belly in. That's a 50%, that's why. I was wondering why what was going on there. I was thinking, why is that so opaque? What's it making these weird bumps? Right, let's look at the reference again. There we go. It's missing markings, but that's fine. The markings I can add in. Yeah, got a little. This saw his feet out as well. As you can see, the feet are. There we go. Yeah, so the reason why I'm doing like a short session is just due to the weather. That's all. It's very, very warm. It's very warm today. If I had an aircon, I would have done the trick. Oh, Lisa, I was just talking about you not so long ago. Oh, look at that. Four lovely little four people. Whoa. Welcome you little peeps. Hello. It might seem weird to me having a little towel around my neck, and it's damp. Don't worry, it's just a damp towel to keep me cool, because it's blooming hot. Got fans blowing on either side. I'm staying cool without an aircon. Without an aircon, that is. Woo! How are you, Lisa? Did you have a good weekend? Yeah. Hey, I've got no aircon, so I'm like, I was actually concerned of not. I was planning not to stream this week because it's gonna be. I think it's gonna get worse. I think that it's gonna get a lot worse out here in the UK. I mean, it's what is it? Let me just see. Let's see how bad it is right now. It is 22 degrees Celsius right now, so 22 degrees outside, and in here it's so we add another 3 on that, so 22, yeah, 25 degrees Celsius. That's still pretty warm, you know, when you think about it, and yeah, it's not nice. How's it going, Ritlin? How are you anyway? Oh, another. Another raid. What happened there? What? I got a raid of 4 and I got a raid of 1. Did you just raid me and it didn't work and then it failed, or what's happened? I think it's something happened there, but thank you anyway. Thank you, Lisa. Always like that notification. I might need to upgrade that. I might need to change that notification to make it like a little potato that spins towards the screen or something. Oh, I think that might have been a bot. I think. Was that a bot? I think that's a bot that automatically did a try to do a sneaky post. Ah, oh, Blasphemous, sweet. How are you? How is that coming along? Is that? Have you gotten good? You gotten good now? Did you get good? Tail. I need to fix that tail by moving it. Oh, okay. Goes down there. Go. Where's that? Is that on there? Cool. Managed to burn through 3 bosses this time, so yes, good, very good, very good. Have you got any more of those flasks? Those red flasks that give you extra health? They're the things you want to try and get, because if you get more of those, then you'll last a lot longer. Yeah. Treasures on. Good. Oh, good. Yeah. I always find that to be the best thing to have, because that way you'll last longer. You won't die so quickly, because obviously you've got plenty of them to keep you going, enduring the fight. Very good. Very good. Let's get rid of that. So next, we're going to slowly start to decrease these. As you can see, the eyes are still need a bit of your work on them. Yeah. So in the end, I didn't buy that game. By the way, I didn't buy that. What's it called? The horror game. Oh, horror game. The paranormal game. Oh. Ghost Hunting Corp. I didn't buy it. The reviews don't. I'm not convinced by the reviews. It looks a bit. I think I mentioned it to you, didn't I? The Ghost Hunting Corp. Ghost Hunt Corp. Some bosses. Yeah, some of the bosses are relatively easy. Once you know their pattern, you can just obliterate the hell out of them. But yeah, Ghost Hunting Corp is the that Phasmophobia kind of game. It's released. It released on Friday. The problem with it is it's got mixed reviews. The reviews don't seem that good for what it is. But then again, it's early access. Yeah, it doesn't have a lobby, game search lobby. It's advisable to play with only friends right now, because you can't connect you can't connect to any public. There's no way you can connect to public games, or if there is any public games, you have to do it all through Steam. You know, you have to friend people to join their game. So it's a bit unfinished, right? So they probably need to sort that stuff out. Yeah, that's usually you'd think that would be the first thing you want to get right, you know, because how else are you going to play with people, right? If you can't play randoms, it's a bit of a no-brainer for that. Yeah, shame really, but early days. They might improve on it. They may get a patch out for that. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I don't want to pay €13. That's how much it costs. I mean, Phasmophobia was 10 euros, right? That came out as €10, and look, it wasn't a complete game at the time, but it was enough. It was enough to not 30, 13, 1-3, so 14 euros. I think it's €13 99. So 14 euros, but still, you know, it's really beautiful. Oh, Elstrot, can't pronounce your name. Thank you. It's a more cheeky version than this one. Bit more. Boop 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 boop. But yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't pay 14 euros for a game like that. Whereas Phasmophobia was 10 euros, right? And at the time, I still remember when Phasmophobia was out. I mean, it didn't have a good lobby. It was a bit unstable at times, but at least it had the functionality of it. You know, it had the functionality of what it was trying to do. And the second one's finished. I can show you the second one if you want to see the second one. The second one, let me find it. Where is it? Pikachu full. Here we go. So this is what it really looks like. There you go. That's the finished one. From what this one was. Look at that. So that's the draft. Oh, thank you for the follow there. Oh, potato is on its way. A lovely potato is on its way to you. Oh, yes. The round thing. Yes. But yeah. Thumbnail finished. So that, yeah. Still messing around with the electricity, but yeah. Obviously, my level of painting is affected by the heat as well. So the heat is what's making me go all flaky and sticky. My tablet here is like it's like just a sweat magnet right now. It's just slipping around. I should probably be wearing those drawing gloves. But if you wear those, then that gets sweaty, you know. So it causes friction on my hands. So it's kind of a bit of a tricky one to do. That's why I'm doing like short little mark making here, like little splodges like that. So nothing long strokes and stuff like that. It's just really blotchy stuff. And sometimes the blotchy stuff is more than you need. All you need to achieve something nice. But yeah. We still need to ask. I think I've spoken to you, Ritlin. Yeah, we should still definitely consider that session of Phasmo. Since you like Phasmo. Good luck on Twitch. Don't give up. Oh well, I'm not really concerned much about Twitch. That's why I'm not an affiliate. If you noticed, I'm not an affiliate on Twitch. I'm just growing the numbers. Just if people like my stuff, they can watch me. That's fine. It's all good. Hear me ramble on about stuff. I was talking about films, classic horror films. Some moments ago, classic horror such as Curse of Frankenstein, which is Vincent Price, Peter Cushing, and Christopher Lee, two amazing Hammer horror actors. Yeah, classic horror. Yeah, he was. So I was watching that on Saturday. Great film. If you've never watched it, highly recommend it. Because like films like that are like they stand a testament of time for what they are, and it's interesting as well. It's interesting as well from a point of view of how females are treated in that era as well. It's interesting. I was watching it. I was thinking, I was just watching, and like the female actors were treated like not slaves, but like that like second class citizens in that film. Maybe it might have been the era of that, but who knows? But it's kind of amusing to watch, but crazy. First horror movie I watched was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes, that's a classic film as well. I watched. I didn't. Some people when some people watched that. Some people had watched that film and they say they were terrified by it. I watched it. I found it funny. I don't know, mate. I found it. Yeah, as a comedy. It felt like a comedy to me because I think the characters in it were hilarious, especially the guy in the wheelchair. The guy in the wheelchair is the best out of all the. He's my favorite character. Because I just can't take. Yeah, just hilarious. Just. Best character in that film. Yeah, so you know what? Yes, that's true. It's inspired by a true story. So you know what? I should probably what I need to do if I do return to watching that film again, I should probably read up on it, see what it's about, see what the actual story was, the true Chainsaw Massacre, and see if that see how I feel after watching it there and there and now. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, because I think partially I was aware that it was based on true story. Because I think that's why a lot of people. That's why the film has a kind of like a lot of cult following, right? Cult following of what it is. But I have to see now. I'll have to like take a look, see all that now. I'm not sure I want to give it big teeth. I think teeth are a bit too big. Let's just try and note down a bit. Yeah. Truth there was an actual family who murdered people, chopped them up to food. And I think. Yeah, cannibalism. See, like I don't know if you've seen Cannibal Holocaust. That film was like a found footage kind of horror. I think it's in the 1970s, and that film is mental, like in terms of like it's gross. There's animals that actually get killed on set. They actually there is like I can't remember what animals they did kill, but like then the species. But I vaguely remember there were like there physical scenes. You see a dagger just been pierced through a live animal. Yeah. So yeah, but that was considered like that is considered one of those films that are like you should probably watch it if you're not queasy about it or not like not traumatized by such things, because that film got criticized for those the cruelty to animals things, because they did it back then. Making movies didn't really matter, right? That's why I was talking about before, horror films which had curses applied to them, like people that died and stuff. There's certain films that triggered the law of making sure that when films are done on like stunts and stuff, they're done with proper safety. And like for example, obviously cruelty to animals is one of those things as well. You can't do if you're going to do that, you'll need some really really good permission, and it's unlikely anyone will give you permission to do that. So it's one of those sort of things. But for doing stunts and stuff, definitely. I think I spoke to. I think did I speak? I think I spoke to Lisa about this. If not, I did speak to someone about this before. So, Twilight Zone the movie is a good example of how not to do live effects without safety. Because that film was the testament of what led to Hollywood to enforce rules of making of if you're going to do special effects, you need to make sure it's planned, everything's tested. Yeah. So Twilight Zone the movie, it's a decent film. It's fine, but one of the actors that was in the movie, along with two children, were killed in an accident on set. A helicopter that was hovering by. Something happened. I think the engine cut out or something. It dropped whilst the propeller was still moving. It dropped. It fell on its side and it killed the actor and the children instantly. It's what's terrifying. Well, shouldn't be saying this, but because I'll say it anyway. I mean, if you were to see the footage, it is on YouTube. Obviously, you don't see them. You know, it's not a horrific. It's not a horrific scene, but like, you know, it's not horrific as in like you see them being sliced. It's just you see the accident take place. You see that the chopper land on them, and that's it. But yeah, that and the reason why that happened was tests weren't done properly. It was a first shot scene like that, just done just like that. And things like this have to be tested. Things like this have to be checked. You can't just get away with it and do it. But back then, you know, time and pressure. You know, you got to get if you want a good scene done, you just got to do it right. And yeah, it cost the life of the actor, the actor, and two children who were, I think they were extras for the scene. So there you go. So things like that. It's interesting. Thing to know, like history of movie making and. Yeah. It's if you want to know more about it, if you Google Twilight Zone the movie accident, you can probably get a bit more information about it if you want to know what happened. There's probably an article on it, but yeah, yeah, you googled it. There you go. There you go. See, it's yeah, I didn't know about it until like I discovered it on a documentary. There's a documentary of true of cursed movies. That's what it's called, cursed movies, and the curses being people that are on set have been killed. You know, like I think on The Exorcist as well, someone died. I think in an accident. One of the crew staff died, literally died. I think, and people say that means there's a curse going on, right? Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, you did. There you go. Yeah, the curse. Yeah, sorry, Ritlin, you mentioned it. Sorry, I skimmed right through it. But like same with the Poltergeist, that had like some bad things happen in that film. I think 2 people died in that film. 2 of the actors died, and it wasn't to do with the film. It wasn't to do with being on set. It was just the fact it was just their life, whatever. Yeah, their people they were going out with, or their family, or went a bit mental. There was a fire on set and people died. Boom. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. See, these are like ghost stories you can talk about. Spooky stories. I have to do this tail again. I think I'm just kind of winging it here. Oh. There we go. But yeah, that's why I never want to be part of a supernatural horror movie or anything related with my shit. Like I'll end up being haunted. I tell you what's a good film to watch, right? If you've not watched it, it's a good film. It's based on a true story as well. It's called The Entity. I think it was released in 1986. No, not 80. Sorry, not 86. No. It was 1980. Might be 1980 or might be 90. It might be 1979. So it's based on a true story about a woman. 82. Okay, I was close. Um, it's about a woman who is attacked, raped by a unknown uh, entity, of course, but no one believes her. It's really really cool. It's a really good story, a really good film, and good actress who plays the woman who's the victim, and it builds up to a really scary, tense ending. The conclusion and ending of it is tense. I can tell you that it's worth watching. And what's good about it is it's just like any good horror is that you don't know what it is. You never know what it is, and it builds up. The tension of it builds up as you progress through the film. Highly recommend it. It's not scary in the sense that you will see something. It's nothing like that. But it's based on true story, and yeah, it's supernatural. Yes, so that these things all adds up. The lead actress is also. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. See, there you go. There you go. There you go. Just new things are just nice. That I don't know. Mhm. The music stop. Music hasn't stopped, is it? Let me check. Sometimes I've got the. Oh yeah, there you go. No, let's do that again. Yeah. Currently watching Fear Street on Netflix. Okay, what is Fear Street? You might have to indulge me on this. It sounds interesting. Fear Street. Oh, is it supernatural? Something to do with supernatural things? Something supernaturally? It does sound interesting. I like that sound. Yeah. Oh. It's a three-part supernatural slasher movie based on the books from R.L. Stein. It was surprisingly good. Okay. I'll tell you what's another good series to watch on Netflix. It's called Creepshow. So Creepshow was an 80s horror anthology back in the 80s. It was written by Stephen King, Wes Craven, John Carpenter, a host of other horror writers, and they would come together and make an anthology film. It was great. They made two films. They made Creepshow 1 and Creepshow 2. Great, great, great films if you ever want to check them out. Good special effects as well, practical effects. Um, but recently, about 2 years ago, I think it's Netflix. They brought back, they brought back Creepshow. So I think it's on season 2 right now. I think it's season 2, and it's an anthology of horror stories, really good ones, like really spooky as well. If you like those sort of things, Creepshow, I recommend wholeheartedly, and it's got good cameos as well, because it's written by it's written by Stephen King, some of them anyway, one or two of them, but they play cameos. Some of the writers play cameos in the film, so. Is it? I'm sure it's Netflix. Let me just double check. I don't know where I watched it. I watched it somewhere. Creepshow. Creepshow. Series. Season 2. Is it? Where's Creepshow? Creepshow series is Shudder. That's it. It's on Shudder. I thought it was a Netflix thing, no? AMC. AMC. AMC would be the ones responsible. I don't know who owns AMC, but yeah. But yeah, I found it to be an amazing show. Oh, that sucks. Oh, curse them. I was annoyed about when countries stuff like that, because, like, for example, if I want to watch South Park, right, in other countries you can watch South Park as much as you want on online on their website, and yet UK, it's not available in UK. Yeah, it'll say, no, you can't watch it here. Thou cannot watch thy South Park. Let's get rid of line work completely. Don't need line work anymore. So we're relying on our paintery figure. Stream for 1 hour 43 minutes. Not bad. I was going to stream for just after 2 hours, but I think I might push on a bit more. It's cool. It's getting a bit cooler now, and the company that is here, it's a nice company. So I'm gonna let time go further. Yeah. Erase that off there. I just watched South Park on Prime Video. So yeah, sadly I don't have Prime. I was tempted to buy it at some point, and I was thinking, well, yeah, Prime. How much do I watch? Do I watch stuff often? But I might get it. I might get Prime because it does have some good stuff you can watch on there. Because I think it's probably better than Netflix. But then again, Netflix does have some good shows as well. So. Yeah, and the He-Man series is coming out soon as well. 23rd July, I think, is when it's going to come out. Don't know if you've seen the trailer for that. The trailer for that is phenomenal. I was like, okay, this is how He-Man looks good. This is good. Like I was expecting it to be horrible, but they did a good job. Yeah. To be honest, Jeff Bezos should just make Prime free for everyone, right? He's got loads of money, right? He can just pay for everyone. He can probably pay for the entire world to have Prime access, right? He's got that much money. He can just do that, right? I'm not sure why. In it. He's got. Yeah, the He-Man trailer looks good. Looking very much fun. If only, yeah, if only. Well, he's buggering off to into space soon, isn't he? He's going into space in a minute. Well, I don't know when, but soon he's on his way up into the moon, or wherever he's going. That's going to be interesting. So just get my concentration face there. If only back to lizard people. I bet Zuckerberg is also joining. Oh, speaking of lizard people, V was my favorite sci-fi show. I don't know if you remember that series V. I loved that series in the 80s. Oh my god, I went like mental over it. I was like, oh my god, what is this show? This is like when I was like 8 years old or something. People found the series to be scary. I loved it. I loved that series. I said to people like, this show is the boom. And then I think ABC did like a remake of it, and they did like a really crap remake, and that really wound me up. But I still watched it. Considering it was like a bit off, completely, because yeah, I wanted that the same ships to come back. I wanted like the concept to still be the same, but they basically, I think it was just badly written. The idea was there to make it work, but I think Kenneth Johnson, who wrote it, I don't think he was involved in the storytelling of V, the remake of it. I think he was only responsible for the first episode. I think after that, other writers took over. I think, and it looked bloody awful. The concept of it as well, it wound me up. I didn't like the concept of how the reptilians worked. It was all CG as well. it wasn't just CG. It was bad CG. It was bad CG for its time. Oh yeah, you don't remember it. It's just it wasn't impressive. I was like, yeesh. I think at the time, I was watching that and Heroes. I don't know if you remember that series, Heroes. That was good for a while. It went for a roller coaster of different themes, and I hated it for it. And eventually it just and then eventually it just got canned. The whole series got canned, and then they came back with Heroes Unlimited or something, Heroes United or something. Yeah, the hype was a bit weak. I thought it would be like a cross between X-Men or something, but it wasn't. It was just some weird, silly superhero, people hiding from superheroes. I can't explain it. It just wasn't that good. But I think the only good thing that came of it was one of the actors. I forgot his name. I think I forgot his name, but he plays Spock in the new Star Trek movie. He was one of the actors in Heroes, so it's a good thing I discovered him through that series, so that was the first time I saw him. No, I don't heard of Persons Unknown. What's that about? Is it horror? If it's horror, then I'm gonna have to check it out. Just gotta sort his fingers out, and then I think this is ready to paint. Oh, back in the stylus finger. Merge that down. There we go. Just gonna clean this hand up. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Persons Unknown. It's about a group of people who wake up in a complete empty ghost house, but there is a shit load of surveillance cameras. Interesting. So, is there actually any supernatural things going on if it's a ghost house? If the camera's picking it up? Sounds interesting. Ghost town, okay. Okay. Interesting. Is this a film or is it a TV series? Excuse me. Oh yeah. Sorry. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. No. Persons. It's TV series. Okay. Persons Unknown. Okay. I'll have to check that one out. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what's another good film. It's a Stephen King film. It's called The Langoliers. That film is a long film. It was a TV series, but you can watch. I think you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. It's about 3 hours long. It's a long film, I think. But the thing is, I think originally it was broken down into segments for TV, but you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. It's very, very spooky, very spooky. It's about a bunch of people who are on a plane, and then they fall asleep, right? They fall asleep, and then they wake up and find out that everyone on the plane is gone, disappeared, and obviously the pilot who's also sleeping wakes up, finds that there's no one flying the plane, so they land at an airport. When they land at the airport, there's no one around, no one. Yes. Oh, that's yep. The flying mouths. Yes. You got it. Yeah, the flying mouths. Yep. but it's still spooky because like because the I think it's the blind girl. I think the girl there's a blind girl in there. She says that something's coming. Something's coming beyond those mountains, and you don't know what it is, but it's making a terrible sound. I'm like, what the hell is that? It just sounds. I think that's what makes it terrifying. It's like throughout the film, there's this talk about something's coming, and you don't know what it is, and it gets more and more tense. And then when it happens, like, whoa, what is these things? Yeah, it's just wow, yeah, beautiful, another beautiful. But obviously the ending's a bit weak. It's a weak ending, but I thought the whole concept was pretty cool, very spooky. Yeah, very spooky. You can. I guess, yeah. It's the CG of it is a bit. The CG of it is awful. I can agree. We can agree on that. Let's disagree on that. The CG on that is a joke. Like I watched it, I was like, okay. But I think the concept of it is good. That such a thing exists, like a place exists like that. Like you're in a world where everything is like buggered. Yeah, they did. I think it's a sequel. I think a sequel to The Shining. I was gonna watch it, but then I thought I can't be bothered. I think for me sometimes it's best to leave the film as is. You know, the film ends there, let it go. But I don't know. Mm. It's like it. Don't touch it. Like don't make another story of it. It coming back because it's done now. It's over. Even though Doctor Sleep, yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Doctor Sleep. Okay, I might check it out. But I was concerned if it would be good or not. Hmm. That's the film title, Doctor Sleep. Yes. I'd also recommend. Posted on my Discord. Um, Alien. What's it called? Alien. Let me find it. Alien River of Pain. I posted it on Miscellaneous Chat on my server, but it's on YouTube. It's called Alien River of Pain, and basically that tells the story of aliens from the uh, the fall of Hadley's Hope. So it goes through this. It goes through the whole story of how the colony fell, and also it also covers aliens. I think it covers aliens as well. I think. But I was listening to the intro, the start of it follows aliens. When Ripley she gets found in that ship by the salvage crew, and then obviously Carter Burke meets her in the hospital and says, "Hi, I'm Carter Burke. You've been sleeping for 57 years and all that." But this is like a full-on story, which and it's well. The voice actors are really good. It's really good voice actors. But yeah, I was planning to go for it some more, but I just didn't have time. But it looks like a good story to listen to, especially the fall of Hadley's Hope. Because I've read the comic Newt's Tale, which is a Dark Horse comic, and that is it's a story based on the collapse of the colony through the collapse of the colony and the rescue through Newt's eyes. So you follow Newt's story from when she lost her parents, when the colony got overrun, where she's been hiding all that time, and then she gets rescued, and Ripley comes to rescue her, and so forth. There's a bit where she gets taken by the alien, to Back to the Nest. You know, it follows through that as well. There's a lot of things that we don't see in the movie. This comic kind of covers it. It's a great comic. Newt's Tale. You can also find that on YouTube as well. Like you can see the panels going through the panels and stuff. Yeah. Newt's Tale is really good if you want to see like a visual representation of what's like a visual comic of what happens to the colony. Yeah. Dark Horse You know what? When Dark Horse released the Aliens comics, I did buy a comic. I did buy one of the issues because I was young and I was an idiot. I destroyed it. You know, like tore the pages apart. And, you know, when you're young and stuff and stupid. I think the comic was like £1.50. I wish I hadn't have done that, because that was some real gold stuff. I was so annoyed about it. Because it had some mixtures. Yeah, when you're young and you're not sure what you're doing, you know, it's easy to things like that to get wrecked. But damn, I was in that. But I did find, but the things I did find the issue that I tore up. So I did read through it properly. Go to the toilet. Watch out for any ghosts. Watch out for any ghosts there. Don't. Yeah. Watch out for any ghosts. Looks more convincing now with the body outline there. So I've reached the 2-hour mark. I've got about 30 minutes to go. Yeah. So this Pikachu fellow is pretty much done for rendering anyway. So that's good. That's good. I'm satisfied with that. Let's make another layer. Do another. Let's make a. I'm wondering what sort of Pokemon to make next. You see, itchy ear. I always get itchy ear when I'm thinking about what to do next. But yeah, let's see. So I could do a Charmander. Is they called Charmander? Charmander. Yeah, Charmanders look pretty nice, aren't they? They're little nice little bobbly little fellows. Look a bit. So it could be a raptor. Little baby raptor. Yeah. Let's try for that. An itchy nose. Itchy nose to it. Oh. Just try and make a new layer. Oh, there we go. 17. There we go. So that's Pikachu. I'll call this silly Pikachu. I can't spell it. Silly Pikachu. And then we have the updated one, which is Charmander. We'll call this Charmander for now. I'll erase this. There we go. Oh, white screen. So I'm going to make a background grey because this is really bright. My eyes are burning. Like, can't draw that. There we go. Oh, so just lower the. There we go. That's much better on my eyes. Whew. Oh, wow. Yeah. So Charmander. Let's look at. So these are like little. Got a round shaped head, right? Got bulbous shaped head. It's got like a. got a snouty little snout as well that comes out. That came out bad. Right, let's try that again. Let's try that. It's got nice arms and stuff. Right. Got belly. Got belly. So just loosely just doodling this in for now. Just so you get an idea of what this thing is, right? Got belly as well. Well, just an idea for now. Need to think of how to make this one more fun. More fun in terms of what it is. Yeah, sometimes the best way to do it is just keep drawing until you're familiar with the character, right? Familiar with. So it's more of an, definitely an egg-shaped kind of critter. Egg-shaped kind of critter. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, need to spend more time doing these doodly doodlies. Oh. Promise it's tricky. I'm trying to find it tricky to draw with the friction because normally I move my elbows around. I like to do. Maybe position my get a napkin or something and position it. It's there we go. Probably that might do a trick. Use a napkin. Position the napkin just under my wrist. There you go. I should probably glide through better. yeah, that the head is a bit. The head I've done there is a bit too small. I think, or a bit too squashed in. It's more wider. I think. There we go. Yeah. More practice of this. Okay. Wish I could have some coffee, but the coffee I got here has kind of gone a bit terrible now, so I don't want to drink that. So I have to make do with water. But what have I got left? Don't think I've got long left anyway. Got 20 minutes left, 20 or so minutes left to go, and then I have to call it a time again. Time. Let me see here. Let me share. Oh, just again trying to get some more references pulled in. Oh. There we see. Where's the blasted riff? Here we go. Charmander. Yeah, so obviously I'm not going to make it look like a raptor, that's for sure, because I think giving him that cutesy look is where I should take it. I don't want to take it. I don't want to like. Oops. I don't want to make it too realistic. I think that's when things go a bit wishy-washy. I think keeping it similar to the series is probably nicer. That nice kind of rounded head. Yeah, I think the the illustrated ones, I think done by the original ones look so good. Damn, do I regret eating the whole pizza by myself? Oh, never regret eating a whole pizza. I've eaten a whole pizza by myself, and normally I'd sit back and watch more horror films. That's how I roll when I indulge in a pizza. There we go. So then we have this front part here. So I'm just basically drawing what kind of drawing what this chin. Oh, food coma. Oh yeah, food coma is good. If you get a food coma, give in to the food coma. I'd say. I mean, what you could do is what I do sometimes. I leave in the background. I leave the analog horror running. nice, relaxing analog horror. To be honest, analog horror has helped me find some really good chill music as well, because the music they play in the background, you can find them on YouTube, right? You can listen to them, and they're so good. Ambient music. Speaking of horror, have you checked out No Sleep podcast? No, I haven't. What is it? What's that about? What's the No Sleep about? Okay. Oh. It's more towards the neck. That comes down to the neck, actually. Okay. Interesting. Kind of similar to the hind leg stuff, so that's fine. Definitely something to work with here. That's good. Sweet. It's a podcast that reads horror stories from the No Sleep production. Pretty good, but all stories are spooky. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Have you watched a YouTube channel called SCP Illustrated? There's a guy who reads out like the SCP documentations, and he adds a bit of illustration along with it to make it look like a more SCP Illustrated. But yeah, some really good stuff on there as well. Unless you know any other SCP story readers that read out from the SCP site. Do you like reading, listening to SCP stuff? It's pretty damn good. I'm not entirely sure. I've listened to some SCP vids, so it could be. Yeah. There's loads of SCP based narrative stuff on YouTube, but yeah, the channel's called SCP Illustrated. I used to watch him a while back, and yeah, he's grown quite a bit, doing lots of little illustrations along with his videos. But it's done all the narration's done really well. I think that's why. Yeah, I don't think I can ever do something like that. My voice is not. I'm very flaky when it comes to reading off documents and stuff. To do that sort of thing, that would be crazy. To do a video on SCP stuff. Speaking of SCP, maybe I should do like paintings of SCP creatures. That'd be pretty cool. Not really exactly. Trying to do like a more structured head here. Yeah, S173. 173 is probably easy to do, right? Just a bunch of rock, big rock, ugly rock column. Just more studies of Charmander here. I'm gonna have to come up with my own way of. Oh, is that the potato SCP? There is a potato SCP. Oh no, that's the one. That's the one when you blink and it kills you. Yeah, 173 is the one that I think 173 is the one that. Yeah, the rock thing. But there is a potato SCP. There is a potato SCP. I forgot the number of it. I forgot the name. I forgot what number it is. But it's it basically it's a sack of potatoes, and if you go inside it, you end up in a world where it's a potato world. Literally made of potatoes. The world made of potatoes, and it keeps and they regen and yeah. It's interesting, but also scary as well because I don't think can you live in a world just full of potatoes? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you say that you might lose your mind. You might lose your mind. I don't know. Like apparently, like the people that went into that potato world lost their minds because they couldn't get back out. Back out. They got surrounded by more potatoes and. There you go. I'm not sure where I'm going with this one, but just the head I wanted to focus on. It's fine. Gonna think another one for this one. I'm not need to find out how the Charmander attacks. Blow fire. I think it blows fire. Also love that SCP in the US soldier and Russian soldier stuck in the object. Oh, I'm not heard of that one. You might have to link me that. You may have to link me that SCP. Curious about that. Have you heard of the SCP, the IKEA store? That one's terrifying. The IKEA one. Someone made a game of that as well. You have to like survive in an SCP in the IKEA store. Highly recommend that one. It's yeah, very spooky, very spoopy. So I'm just doing some further little head studies of this Charizard. Okay, let's see. Alright, it's a hot tub that's 85-year-old male, and the water is like Soviet dude, constantly arguing over. Well, SCP 1974, probably why it's called 1974, right? That's just crazy. Do I have enough time to work on another doodle of? Let's see if I can squeeze another doodle of. Let's put him in a corner. Oh. There we go. Right there. People make some crazy stuff. People have some crazy imaginations where they write these outlandish stories, but the amount of content they provide makes it so believable. I think that's what makes it so good. These SCPs that yeah, if you're trying to bring something to life, you have to write it so it's convincing enough to make it look believable. Yeah, I think the SCP website gets tons of SCP entries to write, and I think there's certainly so many that get approved by the site command or whoever it is. It's like there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy of people that approve these things, right? Because obviously, like, you can imagine a lot of people out there who probably have crazy ideas about what they want to put on there, and some of the ideas might just be just silly, poorly written, but silly ideas. So I guess it has to go through some form of quality check. Does this creature, whatever it is, does it make sense? Is it believable? Is it written correctly before it's approved to put on the site and given the credit it deserves? I'm rambling a lot today, isn't it? Got about 5 minutes to go. I think I should probably wrap it up here, but I'm going to see if we can squeeze in one more Pokemon. One more Pokemon of Charmander. Here we go. Do one from Angle. Yeah, it's been a lovely session considering it's been a bit warm. It's cooling down now, which is great. But yeah, I have made the mistake by starting a bit late as always. I was meant to start at 9:30, and I started at like 10 p.m. past 10 p.m. So I'm still trying to keep that timings right. But yeah. Actually, just trying to figure out the pose there. Just kind of. My leg there. That's probably a nice pose there. Can I pull that in? So obviously this one, I'm feeling a good mood for this pose, but sadly it won't be the. Yeah, I don't know where this pose is going. Maybe it's catching a ball or something. But yeah, I definitely want to give this Charmander like an action pose, just like I did with the others. It gives it more of a sense of like that. It gives them a sense of there's a reason for them to be what they are. I mean, it's a nice pose. I mean, yeah, it's considering he's a... That could work. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about this one. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Something along those lines. Maybe leaping up to get an egg or something. I don't know. Throw the ball or... But, gotta think about these things. I didn't really prepare the pose for this one. To be honest, I was thinking of the what's it called? What was it? Bulbasaur. I think choosing what do you call it? Charmander might be the better choice. There's apparently an official ASMR video that lets you relax, alongside Charmander. That's interesting. Is that even a thing? Oh, it is. Oh my god, it actually is. ASMR Charmander. What? ASMR Charmander. Oh my goodness, it is. Oh, that's adorable. I'll link it. I'll link this in. I'll link this in Twitch chat if you guys want. Just came across it. I'll link it in. I'll link it in Picato chat as well because I think it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I might wrap it up from here, I think. So, yeah. Let's wrap up this session for now. 2 hours 30 have passed. Yeah, we did two things. Well, did the Charmander, some ideas of Charmander. Again, this is not finished, so it's just ideas. So we'll play around with it some more. But definitely, I think the Pikachu Beastie, the Silly Pikachu version is kind of there. I just need to blow it up and paint that, so I can probably do that tomorrow. Give it the work it needs, and maybe just focus on Charmander a bit more, and then bring that up to a drafting stage, and then I can hopefully, if not this week, next week, I can then focus on rendering both of those out. So yeah, we're just with some good progress. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna jump on Discord for a bit and hang out on there for a while before I nip off to bed. So, as always, it's been great hanging out with you guys, if you're still tuned in, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try to be on time this time, but if not, it'll probably be just after 9:30 or in between 10. The usual time you'll see me, you'll find me streaming away. So, thanks for joining me, guys, as always. Let me see, we switch to one full cameo. Here we go. Hey. As always, keep watching the skies. Keep watching the skies. Keep watching the skies. Oh, keep watching the size. What is the size? I don't know. Yeah, keep watching the skies, guys, and I will see you peeps tomorrow for more painting by yours truly. So until next time, take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye 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 bye.